Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Monday, right? We're doing things today. Witchcraft. Hooray. Dropping fire. Dropping incense. Well, why not, right? Let's have a little bit of fun with it, shall we? So, what are you casting today, right? There is an ingredient list that you should be playing with, and just because I play with these ingredients doesn't mean you have to play with these ingredients, but if you do play with these ingredients, today's cat's claw, tonka bean, and plantain, then you're going to have a very interesting opportunity to test some very unique kinds of magic. Okay? So the reason I say it like that is because both plantain and tonka bean are elements of Venus, right? And so while you are working with Venus and the Venusian energies to bring things to you, right, cat's claw, I was just trying to figure out what way would that one go, right? Because it's about drawing in your desire. It's about bringing this shit to manifest for you, right? And so getting your wishes in place, getting your spirits in place, right? And getting this particular spirits. Good morning, Andrew. How's it going, buddy? So, what we're going to do today is we are going to take our cat's claw, our plantain, and our tonka bean, and we're going to add them in that order. So cat's claw first, because we are going to draw our desired thing, right? This is used in a lot of love spells and love magic, to draw the thing that your heart desires, right? Well, love is a perspective thing. What is it you desire? Why is it you desire it? And how is it you're going to get it? Cat's claw don't give a shit. It's just going to be like, motherfucker. So, with that, the plantain, that is going to be, it connects to the dreams, it carries wishes, it also works with the underworld. So you can use this as a means by which you can leverage the underworld. So you're going to call chthonic wishes, right? What are your dreams of your innermost spirit to come out and come to pass, right? And think of Jack and the Magic Beanstalk, right? Cunningham says you can hold one of these fuckers in your hand and throw it into the water. Well, you can also grind it up. You can do some interesting things with the tonka bean. I do know that they get expensive as shit, though. So use them sparingly. Use one whole bean, whereas you can use multiple shavings off of a high John root. One bean, one wish, one magic, one spell. Like, that's it. Don't try to blend beans, because otherwise that shit don't work. Think of them as seeds, right? Whereas the high John root has enough oomph to give you the density that you're looking for in the other spell that we did yesterday. With today's, you want to make sure that you've got a little bit more focus. And so, as you're grinding this thing down, right, because it does take a little bit. That's why I'm using a heavier mortar today, is because I just want to shred this shit out of this bean. But you're going to go through and you're going to think about it. All right, so you have a desire that's in your deepest heart. What does that look like? What does that look like when it manifests? How is it going to come to you? You don't know how it's going to come to you. You don't even know why you want to do it, but you're still going to do it anyway, right? It's like that whole, like, don't lick the fork and then, like, hand it to somebody else. Like, that shit's just rude. Well, in this case, you are looking to see what is it you can do. What is it you're going to be able to bring out of yourself or out of somebody else that is in alignment with their heart's desires. So that way, as they create magic, as they are creating interactions with this particular spell, it draws out those inner wishes, right? And so it's really fun, because this reminds me of a spell that I did for a dom that I had once. And he wanted me to do this to his other sub, who was a very reserved little boy. And this kid went the deep end with his fetish and his kink, and it was really quite funny. But yeah, he's like, I want you to do a thing that will open up all of his, like, inhibitions and just, like, let him go fucking nuts wild with it, right? Well, tonka bean was one of my ingredients that I did that with. So yeah, that works out really, really good. I wasn't screwing around with the cat's claw at the time, because that would have just been too mean, but this will basically pull somebody's desire out. So if you're not quite exactly sure what somebody's trying to get from you, or do from you, or do to you, or what have you, or you just want to do something to somebody, you could use this kind of blend. So this is why I'm always saying, don't be evil, because you don't want to do dark shit with this stuff, because you never know who's got what in reserve, right? It's like, you prep these spells, you create these spells, and then by doing it, you're like, okay, well, that was a good idea, and it turns out to be a big old bust. Good morning, Joan. How's it going? So, with the spell of the day. All right, so I got that finished and ground. One of the things that I want to make sure that you are fully aware of is that tonka bean is toxic, so do not burn this indoors. Do not, I repeat, do not light it on fire. Do not roll candles in it. Do not. Unless you're outside and you're not going to breathe it in. Like, do what you got to do. But try not to poison yourself with this shit, okay? Mind your allergies. If you're pregnant, don't do it. If you got blood thinners, don't use it. Like, be smart about this shit, okay? You can apply a couple of drops of this stuff to your... What's up, Dale? How's it going, buddy? You can apply a couple of drops of it. If you're going to make an oil out of this, make the oil, let it sit for a good 6 months. Like this, we do this at the new year. This would be a really good midsummer wishing thing. Like, in fact, I might actually hold this for midsummer and use that for something crazy then. Because this is, like I said, it's designed to draw that shit out of you. So if you're not sure what you need to do with it, it's designed to draw that out, right? Like, that's the goal of this particular spell. So if you're going to be making sigils, if you're going to be making ink, you can do the tincture method with this. So add a little bit of Everclear to it or some denatured alcohol to it and let it sit for at least 2 months, okay? You just want it to be able to extract. Like, I'm using stuff that I've already put the denatured alcohol into. I like it a little bit better than the Everclear because it's a little bit easier for me to get a hold of, but depending on your region, you know, I get mine at a woodworking supply store. So it's crazy flammable. Worse than gasoline. Like, that shit will make everything explode. So that's why you keep flames away from it. You keep incense away from it. You keep heat sources away from it. So just be smart when you use this ingredient stuff, guys. Because chemistry, you know, it is dangerous. But outside of the danger, it can be lots of fun because you never know what kind of a thing you're going to do when it's going to draw out those things you want in somebody. So that is your spell of the day, my friends. I wish you many blessings, and I will see you for the Right in the Afternoon today at 2 p.m. Pacific. So stay safe, don't be evil, and I will chat with you later. Bye for now, y'all.